the velocity of the object. ओए, ये हिल रहा है, ये इसको ठीक करना है। हाँ, इसको पॉज भी बता दीजिए, पॉज कैसे करते हैं। इसको सौरभ सर पॉज दिखा दीजिए, पॉज कैसे करेंगे, मालूम है? ठीक। सो वेलोसिटी, okay, so I need some more space for velocity. So velocity is also called the instantaneous velocity. Okay, but this is just too long, instantaneous velocity, so I'll just call it velocity. And the instantaneous velocity has a very deep meaning, right? And you must understand the meaning of this. So let's say that we have the xy axis and we are looking at the situation from the top. Okay, that means that motion इधर हो रहा है और मैं ऐसे ऊपर से देख रहा हूँ। तो ये जो टाइल बना हुआ है इसमें ये y axis है, ये x axis, right? And this is what I am drawing. And what I see is that a particle is, maybe an ant or something, is moving like this. So what I will do is I will draw the position vector of this particle. Okay, I will draw the position vector of this particle, and I will call this position vector r at time t. Okay, I will call this position vector r at time t. Now if you remember, when we talked about displacement, we talked about the position vector initially and we talked about the position vector finally, and I told you that when we are looking at the initial location of the particle, when we have recorded the initial location of the particle, then we close our eyes, and after some time we open our eyes again and we record the next location of the particle. So the first position of the particle we'll call the initial position, and the subsequent position of the particle we'll call the final position, and we will draw a vector starting from the initial position to the final position, and this vector divided by the time for which I covered my eyes would give the average velocity vector of that particle for that duration of time, right? That was the definition of average velocity. So average velocity is doing what? It is looking for the overall, it is looking at the overall picture of motion. It is not bothered with the details of motion, right? तो मैं यहाँ से अपने घर गया, okay? तो somebody watching from above sees me leaving the center, and then they close their eyes, and then they see me entering my house, they open their eyes, and they draw a line on a map or whatever thing they have, and they draw a straight line. So the straight line will be drawn from the center to my house, and the length of that line, okay, the literal length of that line divided by the time which it took me to go from here to my house will be my average velocity. So this is the overall picture. They are not bothered with the fact that मैं 3 red light पे रुका. They are not bothered with the fact that I got out and took a left, and then I took a left again, and then I took a left again, and then I took a right, and so on and so on. They are not bothered with that. Okay? So when we are discussing average velocity, when we are defining average velocity, then we are looking at an overall picture of what has happened. But most of the times, okay, not all of the times, but most of the times, it is very important to know the details of motion. Okay, So it is not only important for me to know when I left the institute and when I arrived at home. It is important for me to, I don't know, pick up my kid from school, right? So I am going and I must know that, हाँ यहाँ पे school है, so I have to pick the kid up and then go home. So there is always, almost always, a requirement of knowing the detail about the motion, right? And when we talk about the detail of the motion, we talk about the instantaneous velocity or simply the velocity. So if I have to talk about the average velocity, then I will say separately average velocity, okay? But if I say only velocity, I will mean instantaneous velocity. So what is instantaneous velocity? So I measure the position vector of the particle at some time t, right? और मैं इसको लिख कैसे रहा हूँ, that is very important. Okay? How am I writing this? I am writing this as r as a function of t. Okay? This is vector r as a function of t, right? Or I can say that this is the position vector of the particle at time t, right? If you know the position vector as a function of time, and I ask you what is the position vector at t is equal to 1, then in that function you have to put t is equal to 1 and you will get, we have had a long discussion about functions. This is the same, okay, except a vector function looks like this. For example, the position vector of the particle may look like this: t I cap plus 1 plus t square j cap plus t minus 3 k cap or something like this, right? So it is just a function. What is the difference between this vector function and the normal function that we had studied? Well, in the normal function you only have one expression, but in a vector function you have three separate expressions, and you need to have three separate expressions because you have three separate axes, right? I cap, j cap and k cap. So a vector function is nothing but a vector which is a function, right? Both the meanings, they remain the same. Function y is equal to f of x जो हमने देखा था, vector जो हमने बाद में देखा, something I cap plus something j cap plus something k cap, right? A vector function is therefore, for example, function of time is some expression of t I cap, some other expression of t j cap, some other expression of t k cap. So if I ask you now, if you know this, if you know that this is the position vector as a function of time, so if I ask you where is the particle at t is equal to 1 second, all you have to do is put in the values, right? So in this case, the position vector of the particle at t is equal to 1 second would be I cap plus 2j cap minus 2k cap. And as time goes on, okay, as time goes on, the position vector of the particle changes. बैटरी लगा इसमें। अबे तो बताना चाहिए ना, यू आर हाँ भाई अभी ठीक है ना, आई एम सॉरी। बहुत दिन बाद यहाँ पे मैं आया हूँ, सो ऑब्वियसली देयर विल बी प्रॉब्लम्स। अच्छा मेरे को कॉल भी कर दिया, बहुत बढ़िया, वेरी गुड। मैसेज भी आया, कॉल भी आया, बहुत बढ़िया। सिद्धार्थ ने कॉल भी किया, हाँ और भी कॉल आया। कहाँ से मिस किया भाई ये भी तो बता दो। ठीक है ओके। फाइव मिनट्स अगो, ज़्यादा ना कर बक। मतलब मैं तब से बकबक किए जा रहा हूँ, हाँ ओके चलो। आई ठीक, मैं फिर से I will repeat. So because this is very important, okay, very important. We are looking at the motion of a particle which is moving on a horizontal surface. I have drawn the motion of the particle and I have drawn the xy axis, and at some moment in time the position vector of the particle is RT, okay, and RT is nothing but the position vector as a function of time. In this case I mean RT is the position vector at a particular time t, okay. This is an example of a vector function. If there is any confusion in your mind what is a vector function, there should not be, right? You already know in deep the meaning of a function. We have done FOG, GOF and so on. हमने सारा काम किया हुआ है, right? Function you already know. In vectors also you already know. So a vector function is nothing but an amalgamation of these two concepts. So this is a vector quantity, yes, because it has I cap, j cap and k cap. It is a function, yes, because it has a variable, it has algebraic expressions which are formed out of that particular variable, in this case t. So if I ask t is equal to 1 पे particle कहाँ है, you can tell me now. If I ask t is equal to 2 पे particle कहाँ है, you can tell me now. If I ask कि t is equal to -3 पे ये particle कहाँ था, you can tell me now. All you have to do is place t is equal to -3 and that will tell you where the particle was 3 seconds prior to me starting the stopwatch, right? So when the stopwatch was started, t was equal to 0. At any moment in time before, t was negative. At any moment in time after, t is positive. Intervals of time cannot be negative. Okay? Intervals of time, the time between I start the class and end the class, that cannot be negative. Okay? But the time when the class was started can be positive, can be negative, depending on when you decide to start the stopwatch. It depends on when you say that I am defining this as t is equal to 0. Okay? So this is a vector function, and if you put in t is equal to t, that gives you the position vector at time t is equal to t, which is this. And then what you can ask further is what is the position vector of the particle at time t is equal to t plus dt. Okay? और जो मैं उतनी देर बोलता रहा जो आपने नहीं सुना, that was basically me talking about dt, right, which I'll do again. So there is an interval of time below which we cannot possibly carry out a measurement, right? In fact, अगर आपने नोटिस किया है तो जो स्टॉप वॉच होती है, राइट, क्लॉक, अबे क्लॉक गया, अच्छा ये हाँ, तो आई डोंट नो वेदर यू कैन सी दिस, या यू कैन सी दिस, राइट। तो जो स्टॉप वॉच होती है उसमें अगर मैं बोलूं कि ये जो सबसे राइट वाला जो सबसे फास्ट वाला जो चीज़ चेंज हो रहा है, यू नो, प्लीज स्टॉप इट एट 55, ट्राई एंड स्टॉप इट एट 55, 69, 88, 80, 27, 87, 27. I can't do it, right? I don't know, maybe some of you can. I don't, I have a lot of doubts whether you can stop it at 55, right? So this is a limitation to our measurement. This means that for us to perceive times less than 0.01 second, in fact, a time interval of 0.01 second itself would be very, very difficult for us to perceive, okay? What if I take a camera which is having huge number of frames per second and I slow it down, which is slow motion photography? Yes, you can do that. So using that, you can look at intervals of time which are shorter still, but there will be a limit to that as well, right? So when I say dt, just like in calculus where we said that dx is the lowest possible distance or lowest possible division on the number line, उसी तरीके से we will say that dt is the lowest possible interval of time. You cannot measure an interval of time less than this dt. Therefore, you are not allowed to ask कि ये पॉइंट और ये पॉइंट के बीच में क्या हुआ. It is just like the average velocity, except when you are closing your eyes and you are opening your eyes, this is an interval of time dt. And since we are saying that we are incapable of measuring a time interval less than this dt, this simply means that the particle was here at a particular instant of time and the particle is here at the next instant of time. Okay? We cannot ask, we are not allowed to ask, बीच में क्या हुआ? नहीं, मेरे को बताओ बीच में क्या हुआ? वेदांत कहाँ है? वेदांत? नहीं, वेदांत अभी नहीं बोल रहा है. तो we are not allowed to ask कि बीच में क्या हुआ. Okay? टाइम t पे ये था, t plus dt पे ये. So you can think of this, I like to think of this as the tick of nature's clock. Okay, so nature, the universe around us, has a clock which is ticking. And between two ticks, you are not allowed to ask what will happen. What will happen is that at a particular tick, we are allowed to see the location of all the particles in the universe. And then in the second tick, we are again allowed to see the location of all the particles in the universe. And we see that the configuration of the universe has changed. The particles which make up the universe have shifted from one tick to another, right? That is all you are allowed to observe. So this guy was here at time t and is here at time t plus dt, okay? Therefore, this is the displacement vector of the particle in that time dt. एंड व्हाट विल बी दिस डिस्प्लेसमेंट वेक्टर, क्या वैल्यू होगा इस डिस्प्लेसमेंट वेक्टर का, ये तो हमें मालूम है ना, क्या वैल्यू होगा डिस्प्लेसमेंट वेक्टर का, इट विल बी दिस वेक्टर माइनस दिस वेक्टर. So the displacement vector S will be equal to, or let me write ds because it is very, very small. So ds will be equal to the final position vector, which is r at t plus dt, minus the initial position vector, which is r at time t. And we define velocity, okay, we define velocity, instantaneous velocity, as this displacement divided by the time in which this displacement has occurred. So r at t plus dt minus r at t divided by dt. Okay? ये पहले कहीं देखा है ऐसा कुछ, याद है? फंक्शंस में हमने ऐसा कुछ देखा है ना, क्या देखा है? हाँ, क्या लिख रहा है बता, ओए क्या लिख रहा है? कुछ नहीं पता ना तेरे को? हाँ, what is this? Have we seen this before when we talked about functions? पे लिखूं, हाँ यहाँ पे dy by dx was defined as f of x plus dx minus f of x whole divided by dx, right? This is exactly the same thing. So this is equal to ds by dt, or we like to simply write it as dr by dt. So this is ds, or you can write it as dr, difference in position vector. So if this is the position vector of the particle, then the velocity vector of the particle will be what? Then the velocity vector of the particle will be what? मैंने डिफरेंशिएशन के लिए आपको दो चीज़ें बताई थी, फिजिक्स में डिफरेंशिएशन के लिए दो चीज़ें बताई थी. पहली चीज़ जो भी डिफरेंशिएशन आएगा फिजिक्स में वो निहायती इजी, एब्सोल्युटली इजी वाला आएगा. टी स्क्वायर का डिफरेंशिएशन क्या, इनफैक्ट यहाँ पे है टी स्क्वायर का डिफरेंशिएशन क्या, नंबर वन. एंड नंबर टू, आई टोल्ड यू दैट वेन एवर यू आर डिफरेंशिएटिंग ए वेक्टर क्वांटिटी, देन यू विल डिफरेंशिएट इट जस्ट लाइक बिफोर, एक्सेप्ट फॉर द फैक्ट दैट यू विल नॉट टच द आई कैप, जे कैप एंड द के कैप. वो वैसे ही का वैसा रह जाएगा. In this case, what should be the velocity vector? It should be d by dt of I cap, which is 1 plus 1 plus t square का differentiation, 2t j cap plus t minus 3 का differentiation, which is again 1. So the velocity vector will be this. If this is in meter, this is meters. Okay. This is the maths. Very, very easy. You have the position vector as a function of time, and you differentiate it, and you get the velocity vector. Okay. Physically, it has one more meaning which you should understand. Physically, it has one more meaning which you should understand. So, when I draw this arrow, what am I really drawing? Anybody want to take a guess? मेरे को WhatsApp पे भेजना है ना, यहाँ पे नहीं. हाँ, differentiation by first principle. Yadnesh. Which arrow? वाह, ये छोटा सा teeny tiny arrow जो यहाँ पे, which is joining the, because remember the displacement vector is what? It is the vector drawn from the initial position to the final position. So the teeny tiny arrow which I have drawn here, which you may not be able to see, but I have drawn an arrow there. Okay. So, displacement vector, yeah. So does it remind you of anything? Yes, it is the displacement vector. Yes, yes. But where have we seen this before? Where have we seen this before? In calculus, where have we seen this before? ये जो teeny tiny piece of a graph ले लिया, ये calculus में कहाँ देखा था, याद है? Very good, yes, ये आंसर मेरे को आया, और ये आंसर मेरे को डिएगो मैराडोना ने दिया है. ये तो मर गया है लेकिन, हाँ आयन. So iron is absolutely right. This is the concept of slope. This is what we discussed. Slope के बारे में यही तो हमने बोला था कि अगर हमारे पास कोई कर्व है और उस कर्व का हम एक छोटा सा पार्ट लें, राइट, छोटा सा पार्ट लें, राइट. हाँ बिल्कुल सही, यस, वत्सल इज एब्सोल्युटली राइट, प्रसून इज राइट. हाँ, एवरीबडी, उसके बाद से जिन्होंने बोला सब, एवरीबडी इज राइट. अभिनव इज एब्सोल्युटली राइट. या ये वेदांत होना चाहिए मेरे ख्याल से. वेदांत, हाँ, तेरे बिना कैसे कंप्लीट होएगा सर? एज यू सेड वी कैन नॉट कैलकुलेट डिस्टेंस बिटवीन टी एंड डी टी, देन हाउ यू कैलकुलेटेड डी एस. तो फिर तूने स्विच ऑफ कर लिया. मैंने ये नहीं बोला कि डिस्टेंस बिटवीन टी एंड डी टी कैलकुलेट नहीं कर सकते. मैंने क्या बोला? मैंने बोला कि डी एंड डी टी के बीच का, टी एंड टी प्लस डी टी के बीच के टाइम में क्या हुआ ये नहीं बता सकते. टी पे क्या है और टी प्लस डी टी पे क्या है ये हम बता सकते हैं, इसीलिए मैंने ये कैलकुलेट किया. ठीक है ना? हाँ, यस, स्लोप, मैचस्टिक वाला कॉन्सेप्ट. यस, एब्सोल्युटली राइट. यस, मैचस्टिक वाला कॉन्सेप्ट. So the physical thing that you must know about velocity is that the direction of velocity is always, okay, without any exceptions, tangential to the path of the particle. Okay, direction of velocity is always tangential to the path of the particle. Right? तो velocity के बारे में हमें क्या क्या जानना है? Number one, it is a vector quantity. इसके जो units होंगे ये होंगे meters per second. Okay, the definition, the mathematical definition of instantaneous velocity or simply velocity is this, where r is the position vector, which is a vector as a function of time, and the differentiation of this position vector gives you the velocity vector. And the second thing that you must know is that the direction of velocity is always tangential to the path of the particle. Now, how does this compare with my statement that how can we calculate the average velocity if some function is given in RT? बहुत आसान है भाई विधान. हाँ, anybody wanting to try? ये रहा position vector as a function of time. We want the average velocity between t is equal to 0 and t is equal to 10 seconds. कैसे calculate करेंगे? ये रहा position vector as a function of time. How will we calculate the average velocity over 10 seconds, over the first 10 seconds. Very simple. You put t is equal to 0 here, that will give you the initial position vector. You put t is equal to 10 here, that will give you the final position vector. Right? Subtract these two vectors, final and initial, that is the displacement vector, and divide by 10, that will give you the average velocity over 10 seconds. Okay? Yes, yes, yes. Exactly. So how does all of this come together with my initial statement that average velocity is something which is taking care of the macroscopic picture, the big picture, whereas the velocity is something which is looking at the minute details. Okay? So if you have the position vector as a function of time, or if you have the velocity vector as a position of time, right? How can you go back, by the way? So वापस कैसे जाएंगे? वापस कैसे जाएंगे? Very good, integration, right? You see how everything is tying up now, how the maths works out. So differentiation का inverse process integration होता है. We know that, we have studied that. And if from the position vector as a function of time we are getting the velocity vector by differentiation, then by integration of the velocity vector we are inverting the process, and therefore integration of this should take me back to the position vector, right? Of course I must know the limits. If I don't know the limits, तो यहाँ पे k के साथ आ जाएगा t. Integration of 1 will be t. लेकिन यहाँ है t minus 3. Right? So I must know the limits for integration to happen. So if I do know the limits, then I can find the position vector given the velocity vector. So how are these things telling me the minute details? Well, if you look carefully, if you think carefully, you already know the answer, because this thing itself and this thing itself is talking about the position and the velocity of the particle at any moment in time. Okay, so if you ask me what is the velocity of the particle at t is equal to 2 seconds, I can tell you. At t is equal to 3 seconds, I can tell you. At t is equal to 2.562 seconds, I can tell you what is the velocity. That information may be useful to you, may not be useful to you, right? Of course, you can ask something like what is the velocity of the particle at t is equal to 2.9999988888777 seconds. But that information, of course, you can extract from here, but it will not be useful for us, right? So this gives the minute details about motion. The velocity vector gives the minute details about the motion, whereas the average wale jo quantities hain, they give you an overall picture, right? So here also I must talk about average speed and speed, right? So distance over time, speed is equal to distance over time, now becomes speed is equal to magnitude of velocity. Okay? This thing that I have written, is for instantaneous velocity. मैं फिर से instantaneous word लिख रहा हूँ जबकि मुझे लिखना नहीं चाहिए, but this is for instantaneous velocity, and this is the average speed, right, which has got nothing to do with average velocity. Okay, average speed has got nothing to do with average velocity. This is not related to average velocity. This is not related to average velocity, except, can anybody tell me when? If you look at the notes that I have sent you, ये जो सारे questions मैं पूछता हूँ ना, ये उन notes में मैंने लिखा ही नहीं है, मैंने boxes बना के रखे. So the purpose was that you will, fill in the boxes, which you can do. So ये average speed is not related to average velocity except when. Very good. Yes. Except when motion is in one direction in a straight line. And if you look at this, actually the motion is in one direction in a straight line. Therefore, this is true. But here, it is not necessary that the motion will be in one direction. One direction का मतलब क्या हुआ कि अगर मैं सिर्फ लिख दूं कि in a straight line, then there is a problem because the motion can be like this. Right? आगे गया, पीछे आया. So when I write one direction in a straight line, I am being very specific that you can only go like this or you can come like this. Nothing else. बीच में कुछ नहीं. ठीक है ना? हाँ. Okay. Motion is linear. Yes, linear. Yeah. Chalo. So now one question for you guys. Question number 1. A particle travels from point A to point B as shown. So this is point A, point B, semicircle. If it travels with constant speed, speed का मतलब स्पीड, और ये है 7.5 एवरेज स्पीड. नंबर 7 स्पीड, 7.5 एवरेज स्पीड. If it travels with constant speed v, find A average velocity. Okay. So find average velocity and then we'll फिर मैं second part बताता हूँ. हाँ. Okay, so average velocity, right? Average velocity is equal to displacement over time. And displacement is a vector drawn from the initial location to the final location of the particle. So the displacement vector in this case must be here. This is the displacement. So I will write here, please notice that I start from always the basic formula, right? And as I discussed in the last class with everyone, that the difference between class 10th and class 11th or competitive examinations is that formula में चीज़ें given नहीं है, you have to work them out. So neither displacement is given here nor time is given here, you have to work out both the things. So I have worked out displacement. Displacement is equal to 2r I cap, okay, where I am defining this direction as I cap. You don't have to write I cap, you can write from A to B, you can write towards left, you can write on the positive x-axis, whatever you want to write so that the concept of direction is conveyed. Divided by the time. Well, how much time did the particle take to go from this point to this point? Well, I know that speed is equal to distance over time, right? So the particle moves with constant speed v, therefore this must be v. And the distance traveled by the particle is this, therefore it must be pi r divided by some time t, which I am after. There is the same time here. So t must be equal to pi r by v. So here I must have pi r by v, and this will be equal to 2v by pi. Okay. And this is the average velocity. Okay. अबे वेदांत बताया तो तेरे को ऑल डायरेक्शन, टू डायरेक्शन क्या होता है? ऑल डायरेक्शन. टू आर बाई टी, बट यू हैव टू टेल मी द वैल्यू ऑफ टी ना. चलो, so I will stop here. Sorry for the glitch at the beginning. नेक्स्ट क्लास में क्या वेदांत, क्या फिर से पागल हुआ? मैं बोल रहा हूँ सारे डायमेंशन के लिए एप्लीकेबल है. सर, इज इट एप्लीकेबल फॉर वन डायमेंशन ओनली, फॉर वन डायमेंशन ओनली, फॉर वन डायमेंशन ओनली? सारे डायमेंशन के लिए एप्लीकेबल है, तो उसमें डाउट नहीं होना चाहिए. तो नेक्स्ट क्लास से, सिंस आई हैव फिगर्ड आउट हाउ टू वर्क दिस, नेक्स्ट क्लास से आई विल बी टर्निंग ऑन द साउंड एज वेल, राइट? सो जस्ट एज बिफोर, जस्ट एज अभी तक हम कर रहे थे वैसे ही करेंगे. ठीक है, चलो. सो आई विल सी यू गाइज डे आफ्टर टुमारो. ओके, बाय बाय.